love, this is Alyssa. I am a certified life coach, and this channel is all about helping women recognize themselves again and live life confidently after a toxic relationship. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I am so glad that you are here, and if this subject resonates with you, you might as well subscribe so that you don't miss any of my videos. Make sure you click that bell. So today we're going to be talking about perfectionism and mental health. So I am what you would call type A. I don't stick to strictly type A because I believe that God, can step in and change things when need be. But for the most part, I am type A. So I am kind of a perfectionist. I am a recovering perfectionist. So today we're going to talk about what are some of the side effects of being a perfectionist and how they kind of go through this cycle that is kind of self-sabotaging in a way. So let's get into it. So perfectionism is when you try to be perfect in everything, okay? Everything. You have unrealistic standards. You try to go over and beyond. You feel like you have to give it your all, which is not 100%, but 1,000%. And you tend to be a lot harder on yourself than other people. So that is what a perfectionist is. In my experience, when you are a perfectionist, it affects your mental health, okay? It definitely affects your mental health. In one of my videos, I mentioned the fact that perfection actually destroys grace. I'm going to link that video up here for you so you could check that out when you get the time. But yes, perfection destroys grace, and it really has a toll or puts a toll on your mental health. So some of the things that perfectionism affects when it comes to mental health is it gives you anxiety, okay? You are putting all that pressure on yourself to be perfect, to have success in your goals, to arrive on time every time. No matter what's going on in your life, you're putting this same form of not even the spirit of excellence, but beyond that, okay? You take complete control over everything, and it causes anxiety. It causes you to be super anxious and overwhelmed. In my experience, I have found that when I am going into perfection mode, I get overwhelmed really easy, and a lot of the times it honestly leads to me procrastinating or not doing anything at all. And this is why this happens, okay? I will get overwhelmed and procrastinate or not do anything at all because I have this mentality that it has to be perfect or nothing. It's no in between. It has to be perfect or I can't put it up. It has to go like this or it's not good enough. So when I'm putting all that pressure to get it done perfect, if I cannot figure it out, if I'm too overwhelmed, if I can't focus, I just won't do it. I'll be like, nope, nope. So when it came to even starting this YouTube channel, I had to overcome perfection. I had to beat perfection by just uploading the video. I didn't have the best audio. You can go back and watch it. I didn't have the best audio. I didn't feel like it was the best that it could be, but I was like, you know what? This is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm gonna put it on there. Perfection will literally self-sabotage. It's a form of self-sabotage where you're not going to get anything done. You're not gonna have like success. It will look like it because you have some good wins, but a lot of the times being a perfectionist is a stumbling block, okay? Another thing is a loss of confidence. When you're putting all this pressure and like it just does not seem to be working out or panning out how you plan, you lose your confidence. Like it literally like just deflates you, which could also lead to some form of depression as well. On top of that, I found that when I am in perfection mode, when I'm in perfection mode, I usually end up burning out if I don't realize, like, hey, you are going into superwoman mode and like you don't need to actually do all of this. Your goals are unrealistic. If I don't catch myself, I will burn out because I will be so focused. I'll be obsessed with the goals and improvement and doing that I won't do self-care. I won't do self-love. I won't put on my oxygen mask first. I won't do any of those things. I'll just keep going like an Energizer bunny. And that is not what God wants us, okay? That's not what God wants for us at all. So there's this quote, and hopefully I don't like butcher the quote, but I am going to put it up. But basically it's this idea that people are successful because they failed 1,000 times. You have to fail. As a perfectionist, you are trying to avoid failure. And when you avoid failure, what you're actually doing is avoiding opportunities. Whether that's in your work, your personal goals, your life, your relationships, whatever it is, when you are avoiding failure, when you're placing up like rules, regulations, all this rigid thing, you are avoiding opportunities for you to grow, for you to have relationship, for you actually to meet your goals or supersede your goals. You're actually preventing yourself from doing that. Failure is important as a human. So one of the things that I remind myself is like, yes, it's good to have high standards. It's not the high standards that are bad, it's the unrealistic standards. So you can have high standards, that's fine. You can also want to do your best, but you don't necessarily have to avoid failure. You can spread your wings to fly, and if you end up falling, that's okay. You have to be willing to learn from your mistakes and get back up and try again, and that is just what it is to be human. So not trying to avoid failures or thinking that a failure somehow like destroys who you are or your identity. It doesn't have to be that connection. Failure is not you. It's just something that happened. So in other words, yeah, you have to fail to learn and to grow. It's just a part of being human. And if you consider yourself a perfectionist, like I've been there, okay? I've been there. I am a recovered perfectionist. And if you want me to help you with that, I do have a freebie that will allow you to kill perfection quickly. So all you need to do is go in my description box and click the link so that you can get that. Go click the link now. I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope that it allowed you to see the connection between perfectionism and mental health. I hope that it helped you see that success and perfectionist actually can clash. Like, you don't have to be a perfectionist to get success. So until next time, happy healing.